Good morning, dear students. Let's begin our social science class. Let's continue our chapter development. So, in continuation with NCRT, chapter number 1 development, we discussed do we mean by development, what are the aspects of development, then we discussed that what are the developmental goals other than income. These things were discussed by us. Now, today we will be starting with a most important topic that will be going further, like national development. Then we'll be seeing the difference between UNDP and World Bank. Then we'll be seeing per capita income and average income, and then we'll be seeing one or two case studies also. Now let's start. We are beginning from page number 6. Different person could have different as well as conflicting goals for the country's development. So this we all know, that if one person wants something and other person has a conflicting, this will also lead to the development of country. So this can be in the many cases, like we discussed a case of brother system or a case of industrialist and tribal people. So there they were also referring to a development only. How to compare different countries or states on the basis of development. Now we will see that how can we compare these countries on the basis of development. We use different criterion to choose a sports team, a debate team, a music team, or a team to organize a picnic. This we all know. Usually we take one or more important characteristics of person and compare them based on these characteristics. This is true for development also. For comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. Countries with higher income are developed than others with less income. This is one of the goal, that if a country has a higher income, then it will be more developed than the one which is having less income. This is based on the understanding that more income means more of all things that human beings need. Whatever people like and should have, they will be able to get with the greater income. So greater income itself is considered to be one of the important goals. Now you can highlight the point that is, it is one of the important, not income just decides the development of a country. You can take the example of Japan. Although it is such a small country, yet the people and their educational status, their literacy rate, their infant mortality rate and many other things are far better than India. That are also the categories which make them developed and India is developing. Now let's see what do we mean by average income and per capita income. We have already learned what do we mean by income, that is a source of livelihood or a earning which a person earns in a year or annually or monthly so that he can live his livelihood. For comparison between countries, total income is not such an useful measure. So we do not take here total income as a useful measure. Since countries have different population, comparing total income will not tell us what an average person is likely to earn. Are people in one country better than of others in a different country? Hence, we compare the average income, which is the total income of population divided by the country's total population. So if for this we have to take the country's total income which every person earn it totally upon the total population of country. The average income is also called per capita income. So this is you need to learn. The average income is the per capita income. For calculating average income of India, we need to calculate the total income that our India has upon the total number of people in our India. So we'll get average income or per capita income. So we have seen the average income as well as the per capita income. The World Development Report. Now what is it? In World Development Reports brought out by the World Bank, this criterion is used in classifying countries. So we classify countries by World Bank, their World Development Report. Country with per capita income of US dollar 12616, that is 12,616. These digits may differ in different books. Per annum and above in 2012, as I have a data of 2012, are called rich countries. So the per capita income should be of US dollar 12616. So if it has such or above than this, then those countries are rich countries. Those with per capita income of US dollar 1035 or less are called low income countries. India comes in category of low middle income countries because in per capita income in 2012 was just US dollar 1530. Now you can see for developing we should have at least 12,616 US dollar for per annum. but here we have 1530 US dollar average. The rich countries, excluding countries of Middle East and certain other small countries, are generally called developed countries. Comparison among the states. So for that, let us first have a look on this data of per capita income of select states. Now see over here, state for per capita income in 2012 to 13 in rupees. For Maharashtra, per capita income is 1,07,670. For Kerala it is 88,527, and for Bihar it is very low, that is 28,077. This source gives the per capita income of Maharashtra, Kerala and Bihar. Actually, these figures are of per capita net state domestic product at current prices for 2012 to 13. Let us ignore what this complicated term exactly means. Roughly, we can take it to be per capita income of the state. We find that of three, Maharashtra has highest per capita income and Bihar is at the bottom or least. This means that on an average, a person in Maharashtra earns 1,07,670 in 1 year, whereas on an average, a person in Bihar would only earn rupees 28,774 in a year. So you can see how less is the per capita income of Bihar. So if per capita income were to be used as the measure of development, Maharashtra will be considered the most developed and Bihar the least developed state of the three. Yet, as I already told, that income is not only the category of development, there are many other categories. Therefore, Kerala is one of the developed states, because the other categories, which include good standard of living, satisfaction, equal treatment, freedom, security, ample opportunity, respect, is far better in Kerala than in Maharashtra and Bihar. So we consider it as a developed state. Comparison between states other than in economic basis. Now let us take one of the category other than income, like infant mortality rate. Now infant mortality, we already know what does it mean. It is the death of babies that happens in a year. And literacy rate in percentage, then we'll be calculating the net attendance ratio. Now let's see how many of these are. So Maharashtra has infant mortality of 25, literacy rate of 82 and net attendance of 64, means out of 100 students, 64 students come in class. Kerala has infant mortality 12, so it should be low. Literacy rate is 94, it is very good, and attendance ratio is 78, means out of 100 students 78 attend the class. And in Bihar you can see these all are in middle, means these are not at all good. Now this is a you can see explanation of some of the terms used in this table, like infant mortality rate or IMR. So in the board examination paper, if it is written IMR, so you do not get confused, it is infant mortality rate. Indicate the number of children that die before age of 1 year as proportion of 100 live children born in that particular year. Literacy rate measure the proportion of literate population in 7 and above age group. Net attendance ratio is total number of children of age group 14 and 15 years attending school as a percentage of total number of children in same age group. As we see among these three, Kerala is at number 1, so we can say it is a developed state on the comparing these three. Now as I told you, this is the most important question. This is also given in your NCERT on page number 11 under the heading public facilities, that money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that we want. Justify. So money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. So income by itself is not a completely adequate indicator of material goods and services that citizens are able to use. For example, normally your money cannot buy you a pollution-free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines, means those which are not chemically mixed or which are not heterogeneous, unless you can afford to shift to a community that already has all these things. Money may also not be able to protect you from infectious diseases unless the whole of your community take preventive steps. So we see the three type of example. The first is pollution-free environment, second is unadulterated medicines, and the third is that infectious free diseases environment. So these three things money cannot buy. So these three things need the support of other things like community. So this is an important thing, that money will not buy all the happiness, and if it is comes in board examination that illustrated with the help of examples. So these three examples will gain you 3 points in the board examination. That's all for the day, students. Thank you and have a nice day.